you need to stop feeling sorry for yourself. Now, I know the situation that you may be going through, it's completely unique and nobody else in the world has ever gone through anything even remotely close to what you're going through. And, you're this little special snowflake. But the thing is, you've got to realize that having this mentality and just feeling sorry for yourself in general, it just puts you in this victim mentality and it doesn't do anything good for you in the long run. So in case you don't know who I am, I'm Neal and I've been on self-improvement for a while. I've raised myself from being a complete loser to actually winning in life, and things are only getting better from this point on. So, if you just want to hear some of my advice, because I've been there, I know what it's like to be in a situation where you just feel kind of hopeless. You just feel sorry for yourself. I mean, you might be going through something different. I completely understand and respect that, but I'm coming from the situation where I want to help you to get out of this, and so you can start living your life and start just living a higher quality of life instead of being in the dumps. So, you can take my advice if you want to, but yeah. So obviously, situation that you're going through, it's probably rough. The situation that I was going through that I'd say had the most negative impact, at least initially, was when my mom died of cancer. I was about in the 5th grade and just had me feeling really bad. I was just crying all the time and fucking just angry and shit. But yeah, I kept searching for reasons, but I couldn't seem to find one. It was why did this happen to me? I couldn't find a good answer. So I started feeling bad about myself. I started feeling like life was unfair. God didn't love me. Maybe I should end my life too, because, life without her is too miserable. But eventually I kind of just came to the realization, because of various things, that by continuing to think like this, nothing good was ever going to come out of it. And if anything, it was just causing more pain and suffering, unnecessarily. There's this really good book called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. If you haven't heard of it, it's basically this guy who has been through the concentration camps, Nazi Germany concentration camps. You probably heard about it or learned about it in school. And it's this really beautiful story. I mean, beautiful, but it's I know that sounds kind of fucked up, but when you read the book, you'll kind of understand. Basically, he was this psychologist, and he was researching and pretty much trying to figure out what's the difference between the people who really survived and were able to get through this situation, this horrible tragedy, versus those who just gave up. And the thing that he came to the conclusion of is that the people who attributed and associated a powerful meaning to them or to the situation that they were in, that's the people who survived. So basically, what I got from this is that whatever situation you're going, it could be absolutely horrible. But the thing is, no matter how bad the situation you're going through is, what's really important, what really makes a difference is the meaning that you take from it. When at first my mother passed away and I was just feeling bad, the meaning that I was ascribing to it was oh, life is unfair. I should just end things because, life sucks or whatever. But then once I started to change the meaning of it, you know what, maybe I can get something beneficial from this. Maybe because of this, I can become a stronger man. Maybe, I can take better care of myself and my own health, and just describing different and more powerful meanings to it. It shifted the way that the event was in my mind. And if you do this for your own situation, it's whatever situation you're going through, past, present, or future, just be careful of the meanings that you ascribe to those painful situations, because in truth, if you go through a really bad situation, it can actually end up being one of the most valuable gifts in your life. It just depends on the perspective. Some people, through their childhood, they were abused by their parents, and some of them grow up to think that because of that, they're just worthless bastards. So they start to just pretty much act out on that and just be generally bad people. But some people will go through that experience, be abused, but then come out of that situation and be you know what, because that I got abused as a child, I'm going to make sure that I'm the best parent. I start contributing to society and help other children who are in need, who going through tough situations, because I don't want them to suffer like I was. Just by changing the meaning of the situation that they were going through, they become completely different people. It doesn't matter what situation or how bad it is for you. If you can create a meaning for yourself that just makes you feel more powerful, that empowers you to essentially just do better, or essentially just like do better. That's going to do so many favors for you in the long run. And I know it can be hard, like in this situation, like in the midst of going through it. I know if I was hearing some bastard on YouTube, like telling me, oh yeah, just change the meaning, I would be like, yeah, fuck YouTube, buddy. But I mean, I really do want you to take this seriously, because this can dramatically like change the way that you just end up seeing the situation, and like the benefits that you can get from whatever situation that you're going through. So I want you to like do this right now. You can pause the video if you want to, but whatever situation that you're going through, either right now or that you may have experienced in the past, I would just want you to like go back to that memory in your mind and think of like some powerful meaning, something valuable that you can take away from that experience that you either have gone through or that you're going through right now. It can be something really big or really, it can be something really big, or it can be something like very small and minor. But once you can get into the habit of creating stronger meanings for yourself, and when I say like stronger and like empowering meanings, I just mean something that will help you to become a better version of yourself, that just essentially, empowers you, makes you a more powerful person, makes you want to do better, become a better version of yourself. If you can come up with those meanings, it's going to do so many more favors for you, instead of like the inverse of that, which is like creating a disempowering meaning and going through this situation and then saying, because of that, well, now I can't be this, or now I'm not allowed to be the person who I really want to be. It's really powerful, the meanings and like the psychology that you, it's really powerful, the meanings that you associate to the events that you have. So I want you to take this serious. Pause the video if you have to. Just like try and do this practice, because it'll be really beneficial, not only right now, but in the long run. And like, as soon as you change the meaning of that situation, like you'll start to feel it, and you'll start to kind of just be juiced up and, feel good about yourself. So if you're going through this, like a bad situation like this, I recommend you just try it. And if you are watching this far and you actually like did the practice and you're not just bullshitting yourself, not just coping, I want you to be a part of our Discord community. It's this community of young men who are just dedicated to their personal development and self-improvement. I mean, we're just a group of guys who just want to level up. And I think if you joined, and by joining that community, you could not only make it bigger, but just make it more valuable, because being on self-improvement, it's not something that everybody's on. It can sometimes be a lonely path, to be honest. So I think just by being part of the community, it just makes things better and easier. You can chat with guys if you want to. It's just a nice place to be, I guess. But yeah, thanks for watching. And remember, if you want things to change for the better, it starts with you. Peace.